This is Rúna, and you're listening to the Changemakers podcast, where we share tips, insight, tools, and stories from other changemakers designed to motivate you to become the change you want to see in your world. Make sure you join our Changemakers community at runamagnus.com/podcast. And now, this is your time to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome to this special 5 minutes tips to change episode, sponsored by the No More Boxes World Tour. As a human being, you've either been placed into a box or you placed yourself in a box. Let's face it, we all do it. And it might make sense to understand the world. It just doesn't make any sense for anyone, including you, to live in those boxes if they're not giving you oxygen, space to be who you really are. The purpose of the No More Boxes Tour is to introduce to a global audience the power, the value and impact of a world without boxes. We're doing that through the No More Boxes breakthrough events, also known as breakfast clubs. Each event is creating a unique and safe space to have non-judgmental and empowering conversation, tackling the most challenging and difficult areas we face in creating a world that is diverse and productive. This is a global movement and is already shaking the world. And if you want to see a world that is harnessing people's natural talent, regardless of their gender, their race, their background, their sexuality, their faith, or whatever, if you want to be part of a movement that is leading to human liberation, peace, and happiness, find out more how you can join, how to join the conversation, how to set up your own breakfast club, or even how to sponsor one of our global events. Please go to www.nomorebboxesmovement.com. Our guest today is one of our changemakers. She is the founder of Voice for Love, Monique Blokzyl, sharing her wisdom from Germany. Her topic, Voice for Love as your magic words to open your doors to abundance. I give you Monique. Monique, Voice for Love as a magic word to open your doors to abundance. Please tell us more.
Wow. Thank you for the opportunity, Rúna. Can I ask you 2 questions to start with? The first question is, have you ever been in a conversation and you felt hurt?
Yeah.
Hurt in a way that you, even because of that conversation, took a distance in that relationship?
Oh, yes.
And have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to express something and say something that's important to you and you felt entirely ignored?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you see, Rúna, you're not the only one. I've been there, and I've been there many times over in my life, and I see that is the case with so many people. And I feel it's really what we say and how to say to each other makes all the difference. We can either break relationships or heal relationships. But to heal relationships and uplift relationships, and relationships is the number one we have in our life, from what I feel, besides our health and other important things. But relationship is what really makes our life beautiful and worth living. And I feel we need to start talking differently. And this is why I got the message, and I call it the Voice for Love. And I got it, I was taught this is what I'm supposed to do with my life here, to really spread the voice for love. And it has 3 elements to it. The 3 elements is really to start being courageous enough and clear enough to be able to speak our truth. Because I feel so often we say something, we ask like, everything okay? We say, yeah, everything okay, but it's not okay. Or, or we see something and it disturbs us and we don't have the courage to say something about it. We accept it. And I feel we need to step away from that. I mean, as you know, I grew up in Eastern Germany, and we didn't really, in that time, didn't have a voice to speak our truth. Okay, there were a lot of spies on the population, and it was not only that you weren't listened to, it was really also that you had to be pretty careful what you were saying. Otherwise, it would have tragic consequences. And, back then, and looking back at my life then, I realized that most of us put ourselves into boundaries, and we do not speak what we really want to say. We don't even know anymore what we want to say. So getting that clarity, and as soon as we have the clarity, having the courage to say what we have to say. We don't even only have the courage, have to have the courage. We have the responsibility, not only the opportunity, we have the responsibility to speak our truth. And when we do speak our truth, we feel peace. And here's the second one. The second one is speak from your heart. There's a long story, but we only have a few minutes. So I had a pretty tough relationship with my father. And I remember a situation after years of conflict where I stood up to him, looked him in the eyes, and all I said was, Dad, I want you to know I love you and I want to make this work between us. And these were words that came from my heart in the moment when I had switched off my brain and I didn't look at the long prepared speech, but I spoke from my heart and made all the difference in my life. So here's my hint. Just ask yourself the question, when you go into a conversation with someone, what can I say to make you feel I love? And if you come from that place, you can solve any conflict, because it comes down to the only core of your relationship with that person. No matter what happened in the past, in that moment, you express words of love and appreciation and respect. And the third one is really what I realized, Rúna, is too many people speak about me, myself, and I. And I feel we need to start speaking to uplift others. So here's the third part of the Voice for Love, speak to uplift others. It's really to ask myself, what do you want? What do I know you want? And what can I say to help you fulfill your mission or your dream in the world? So summarizing very quickly, I feel that if we start speaking the voice for love, meaning we speak our truth as we know it, we speak from our heart and we speak to uplift others, it will heal relationships, it will strengthen relationships, we will find connection points and appreciate differences, and we will not feel ignored any longer. We will feel significant and connected. And I feel that if we start talking to each other in this way, and if we start talking to ourselves in this way, it's going to change everything. And we find peace, and we build relationships, and that opens the doors of abundance in so many ways, because we don't need to do things on our own anymore in our own isolated way. We can connect with others and make bigger things happen. So that's what I'd like to share.
That is so beautiful. The Voice for Love is a movement that we definitely all need to think about. Because I think as a human being, we all have this tendency and at some points in our lives to feel that we are isolated, we're not accepted, or we are not, afraid of something. And being able to use those 3 steps to even think about, how can I love myself? How can I treat myself? Is I when you're saying that, I can feel the challenge. And at the same time, I can feel just having a conversation with others around this topic is one way to open up, to explore, isn't it?
Yeah. And we want to create, different initiatives around that. First, we want to create awareness.
Yeah.
And invite people to really feel it and do it and practice it. Because the last, since I started to embark on this, I've done it and it changed everything. And so we want to create awareness, and we also want to create a video platform where we invite every single one to share their message from their truth, their heart, to uplift someone. Because again, if you start speaking and open the channels, of sharing, and we give people a voice in this way, changes everything. And also we want to create platform of speech competitions, but in a positive way, so that we trigger more awareness around it. And there will be trainings, and there will be a lot of other things around this. But everyone that listens to this, if you are feeling we need to stop speaking from our mind and more from our heart to uplift relationships, please connect with us. Voice for Love. We really love to hear your voice for love too.
Yeah, and becoming the change that you want to see in your world, which is the topic that we are really the umbrella.
Yes.
Doing that from this place is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Monique, for sharing your voice for love.
I'm so proud to be a change maker. So let's all become change makers and create a change we want to see. And the way we communicate with each other will be an important key to this.
Was this podcast of value for you? I sure hope so. If so, feel free to share the love and give us your generous review on iTunes or Stitcher. And remember that you can always go to runamagnus.com to find out more about the Changemakers and how we can help you drive the change you want to see in your world.